I behold the healing nature of the divine radiating through me and activating my heart chakra. I behold all the beings who support me with their love and offer me their spiritual support. I reject those not of the divine host who want only to control me or have me control others. Once I have surpassed this temptation, I can see clearly enough to behold the all-penetrating divine eye, which continually watches over me. Whether it be from the divine host or directly from the powers of renewal and transformation from the Supreme One, I see in this vision how the divine is guiding me and directing my every action. I lack nothing because you have helped me and I am no longer alone. And already there is a divine light and a frequency coming from the highest celestial realms of light. And there is a great gathering, a great gathering. And it is around a table, a very long table with many, many seats. And this symbol comes up and shows that there is the seat at the table for all those who love and move beyond the challenges, the concerns, and the fears, that choose to listen to the soul pulse that pulls them to make known the unknown, to pull them, to beckon them to the higher parts of themselves. And so in a way, this comes as a great celebration. And it is the gathering of so many beings of light that gather in this moment, right here, right now. And their loving support is so close. And they come into this great alignment with the children of light upon the earth who have not forgotten. To come with loving support, upliftment, understanding. And so you begin to breathe a sacred, holy breath of unity and oneness. There is this great one breath. It is the one breath. It is the one breath of the divine that comes and it moves in through the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. You start to feel the movement in the higher heart, the higher chest area. There is an expansion of this energy that circulates and focuses upon the higher heart right now. And as you begin to feel this frequency, as you begin to sense it and know it, this great and beautiful calm and balance and upliftment comes. And so all of the concerns of a material world that just begin to fade away. And the energy that comes and the great communion of this love, embracing, uplifting, and holding each and every one individually and collectively, that this love emanates boundlessly and eternal. It is a higher frequency, a sensing of this very personal love. It is the tenderness and the kindness. It is that higher heart of a love that holds the joy of what love is. It brings us into an awareness of this feeling that we have experienced along our soul journey. And with this love, with this knowledge, with this awareness, with this consciousness, come this frequency of a deep inner joy, a deep, great, and powerful gratitude. It is a frequency that is undescribable. You must experience it to know it. And each and every one has had this experience, has had a taste of it, a glimpse of it. And so it is this frequency that pours in now and may come in through the back, down through the spinal cord, as it begins to emanate and move further and around the higher heart within the physical biology. With each and every holy sacred in-breath and out-breath, we breathe in this higher celestial grace that flows in through the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. Each and every holy sacred in-breath and out-breath we remember is sacred and precious. And it is this sacred in-breath and out-breath of the one breath. We breathe the breath of Brahma. We breathe the breath of God. And as the frequency codes come from the great absolute worlds and beyond, from the great one source and beyond the unknowable, this divine sacred grace encapsulated and integrated with this higher love that holds a deep-seated eternal joy. And so we realize, understand, that as our higher heart begins to open more within the biology of the physical, mental, and emotional bodies, we prepare ourselves with humble hearts and great gratitude to receive the grace that pours in through the higher heart. And it flows in from the highest worlds and through the cosmic heart of the Christ, divine Maitreya. We simply allow this grace to flow in, through, and around us, and it cannot be contained. We are consumed by this love. And again, it activates this frequency of unshakable joy. In the midst of chaos, concerns, and distractions of the physical, mental, and emotional world, cannot unseat this deep-seated joy, the joy of knowing what love is, the joy of knowing the eternal love, the boundless love of what and which you are a part. As it begins to surface up, beloveds, as it begins once again to rise within you, as each and every cell consciousness, indeed each and every atomic and subatomic level of your physical biologies begin a great resonance and alignment with this frequency that pours and love and heals, balances, purifies, and aligns with your highest and most perfect self. That the sense of gratitude flows in, through, and around of a higher, more expanded consciousness of which you are a part. And so all concerns and challenges, those doubts, those imbalances, those concerns and those fears, those worries, all of those things incorporated into a physical experience, that you find that aspect of yourself upon the world. Both the things that you know and the things that you don't know, that require the faith, that require the strength and the power to move forward and onward, ever sensing, feeling, and knowing the soul pulse that beckons you. And know, beloveds, as you move forward in the soul pulse, even in the perceived midst of challenges and chaos, there is that ever expanding brilliance of joy, the higher love that comes from the celestial realms of the source of which and who you are part of. In the great cities of Zion, in the great angelic realms, indeed, in the throne realms, the ecstatic joy exists all the time. And so it is in this remembering we bring to you, beloveds, as we breathe the one breath, as it flows down now through the antakarana, that part of yourselves that is attached to the higher parts of yourselves, that expands into the deep cosmic waters of consciousness awareness. As you can now allow yourself to simply be in this loving embrace that embraces you. And as you are in this embrace, as you allow yourself to simply surrender to this grand, great, and illumined love that pours in. And as it pours in through each and every in-breath and out-breath that you take, as you continue to surrender into this divine sacred grace, as it brings the parts of you that remember this, as it brings forth the parts of you that know this, that sense this, that feels this, as this connection becomes ever stronger and more connected into the physical material experience you are in. As you now begin to remember and connect more directly, to bring it into the field of the physical, mental, and emotional bodies. And as you do, you bring it into the field of your environments. You bring it into the fields of others. You bring it into the fields of the collective unconscious. You are vibrating, beloveds, as you surrender more deeply into this love. As you surrender into this love that holds that deep energy of eternal joy, of the excitement of that, the ecstatic feeling of that. Remember, 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 remember. So each in sacred, holy in-breath and out-breath, in alignment with the one breath, the one eternal breath of the great cosmic in-breath and out-breath. And indeed, beloveds, it is the great in-breath that we find ourselves together. A beautiful journey home into the deep recesses of our consciousness of memory, of pure undulating love. And so we allow ourselves as a collective to receive this grace that simply pours in, preparing us, healing us, balancing us, and bringing forth the deep-seated peace of the Azi Shalom, the higher peace that transcends the peace of an earthly frequency. And is it not, beloveds, through joy that you hold this peace in all circumstances? For we now raise the frequency of the one collective. We raise the frequency in alignment with the one breath, the one love. And it flows through every part of you. And as it flows, it reintegrates and weaves into a higher, more profound expansion of yourself. As you can see, in the multiple bodies, in the multiple higher selves, in the multiple frequencies of chakras of which you are part, in the multiplicity of the divine crystalline grid of which you are a part, of the many divine sacred portals of which you are a part, that these things now integrate, reconnect, and align. Yes, indeed, even as you walk a physical, mental, and emotional world. As you come into the alignment and the understanding, you are in this world, but as the great master, Jesus the Christ, said, you are not of it. And so you'll find yourself residing in consciousness in higher dimensional realms, even as your physical, mental, and emotional bodies reside in the earth. And so we say to you, beloveds, this love that holds the frequency of joy, and in this joy you find the gratitude transcendent of any distractions or dynamics of a physical, mental, and emotional world. You are no longer constricted to the gravitational pull of the planet, but way beyond that. Indeed, beyond the local logi of your sun, the sun behind the sun, and the sun behind the sun behind the sun. And so the one cosmic heart, we surrender. And as we surrender to this blood of the Christ that has been spoken of, it is indeed the frequency of love in its highest measure. And it flows through us. It is sacred and it is holy. And so we bring our awareness to this and come from a new vision and platform of our place, what it is we do and who we are. And as we flow into this comfortability, as we integrate this and reintegrate this once again, it is something that is consistent, unbreakable, always connected. No matter what you find and circumstances in, that you are able to more and more hold and anchor this frequency of higher love that holds the ecstatic joy, forever walking with grateful hearts. And so we breathe the sacred, holy one breath. And as we do, we see and sense and know the luminosity in our own consciousness expanded in higher frequencies of light. That indeed, as we feel the frequency within our physical bodies, it is way beyond the physical body. moving into the higher self and the other subtle bodies, now becoming more integrated in this weaving of this love. And we come together now, beloveds, at this one divine collective. And our lights shine so bright, and the power of love is unbounded. And we come together now as the children of light, as the children upon the earth, and with the Amishadai, the family of light, has aligned themselves in the higher mission and purpose of the sacred earth. And as we move the vision for her, we move the vision for all that is integrated, that all is part of her consciousness and her evolution and growth. And so we see her now in our spiritual eye. And we simply hold this sacred vibration of the love that is coursing through us on all levels, of this love that holds the joy that is ecstatic, that brings forth the grateful heart, that opens up the sacred tabernacle of the inner sanctum of the Holy of Holies. And we pour this divine grace and blessing as great Elohims, as great co-creators with the family of light, and surround her with love and all of her life. We hold the frequency and the vibration, and all life is touched. All kingdoms are touched. All elements are touched. It is the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love that opens the floodgates of this joyful love that heals all things, that balances and anchors the Azi Shalom, the higher peace. And we see all the kingdoms, from the mineral, the plant, the human, and animal kingdoms, once again weaving the balance and the harmony that was in the original creation, that all unified aspects of many parts come together once again in the grand cosmic remembrance. It is all one. That we continue to hold the frequency and the vibration to awaken those out of their slumber, to move into the higher alignment of the illumined radiant light, to move and be in the undulating waveforms of unconditional love, and to bring that to all life upon the earth and beyond. Seeing the frequency raise and rise, seeing light pouring into darkness, fear, and forgetfulness. We see a great sun rising once again, bringing the vision of the new earth, the golden age, and the children of light who are here to bring it forth. Hold the energy. See the brilliance of the higher light, the Ein Sof or limitless light. There's a great rising sun. And in its rays, it brings the light. And in the undulating waveforms, surrounded by compassion and unconditional love, all life in all levels of consciousness respond to this. We hold this for healing. We hold this for balance. And we hold this for peace upon the earth and beyond the earth. Ishmana Nelam Seha Ishmaha Elam Seha Omananina Lam Ishmananinalam Anasela Emena Emeneno Emena Emeneno Ishmanalelam Ishmanalelam O Sama O Samana O Samana O Samana O Samana O Samana O Samana O Sambala 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 Sambala. Now we prepare ourselves for the return. As much as we would want to stay into this frequency, this embracing love, we know there is much to do. And so we prepare ourselves for the return. And as the most radiant ones begin to draw in their electromagnetic field, we draw in ours. And on the count of 3, we will prepare ourselves to be back, awake, alert, and very grounded. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3, we are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.